Hey everybody, I thought I would do a little update video about why I haven't done a weigh-in update video in 2 weeks, potentially 3, depending on how tomorrow's weigh-in goes. I'm not just dropping the ball on that. I'm still trying to weigh myself every week. It's just 2 weeks in a row there have been issues. So I bought an Aria scale. It's the one that syncs up to your Fitbit. I thought that it was going to be able to read my, my body fat percentage because I wanted more information than just what my actual weight on the scale is. It doesn't. All it does is theoretically tell me my BMI, except it doesn't even do that. But if I have my Fitbit app open, when I step on the scale, it'll sync my weight directly into the scale for me, as if it's somehow hard for me to manually enter the weight on its own. Luckily, I only bought the scale off of Marketplace, so it cost me 30 bucks and not the regular price, and I'm very strongly considering putting it back on sale on Marketplace since it doesn't do what I wanted and I already owned a scale. I figured though, before I had started thinking about getting rid of that one, for like the first 2 to 3 weeks of having it, I would weigh myself on my old scale and on the new one and just make sure that the numbers match. And if they don't, make sure they're at least moving in the same direction each week, whether it's down or up, and then just figure out maybe they're always a pound different from each other, and just to sort of modify my expectations of what to expect on the new scale. And I just really anticipated the new scale being the one that I was going to go with moving forward. But no, maybe not, because they don't give me the same numbers, and it's not even that they're moving in the same direction, but they're just different numbers, like moving down but not showing me the same total amount, or up and not showing me the same total amount. Last week when I weighed in, the new scale went up and my original scale went down. So I don't know. And the week prior to that, I'd stepped on the scale. I had a weigh-in number, and then my battery in the scale immediately died. This was with my former one, and so I at least had a number to sort of assume that that was right, but also thinking it was in its death throes of battery life, so perhaps it's not right. I'm not entirely certain. So I didn't want to do an update until I had had a chance to get a battery and do a new weigh-in. But my old scale uses those circular ones, those circular batteries that I don't just keep on hand. And it took me almost a full week to get a new battery because I'm lazy like that. So by the time I got the new one, I was like, you know what? I'll just do a weigh-in on my normal weigh-in day, and then I'll just give a total up or down for the 2 weeks. But then that was where the situation came in where going by the weigh-in number from the previous week right before the scale died, assuming that weigh-in number was correct, from that number the new scale went up and the old scale went down. And so I have no idea. I mean, clearly I want to go with the old scale results because it went down, but I don't actually know if that's correct or not. And I don't even know where to track. So it's not that, I'm just keeping internet in the dark. I'm in the dark. I don't know. I don't know if I went up. I don't know if I went down. I know that it very much impacted how I was feeling during the week. I was all like, I'm so big. I've gained weight. I'm da 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 da. I really get the number in my head, which is partly why I wanted a scale that would give me body fat percentage and give me other data to go by than just an actual weigh-in number, because sometimes that number is not the most accurate way to be tracking your progress. And I thought for at least the first 3 or 4 months, I would be fine with just the weigh-in number for tracking my progress, because I thought really I'll be, except for some blips here and there, I'm probably going to be going down slowly, but down, just because I'm modifying my eating. I'm eating healthier. I'm being more mindful of portions. And at first I wasn't doing any exercise, and then I slowly increased my exercise under physio approval. But even then, I mean, I work out at the gym 1 day a week, and it's a really minimal workout compared to the things I used to do. And then I have physio with a kinesiology appointment that is a workout 1 day a week. And then I have a boot camp on Saturdays. So that's nowhere near the level of physical activity that I used to do. And I didn't think that it was enough physical activity to counteract or cause any problems with the weight loss that I was anticipating happening by modifying my eating and following Weight Watchers. But if the scale number before the death throes of the battery is accurate, I went up. And I'm not exactly sure why I went up. I talked to my mom just because, moms, you talk to moms about everything, right? So I talked to my mom and she was saying, well, you increased your activity, so it's possible that you need to increase your points that you're eating because I tend to eat right at my number of points for the day or maybe a smidge under. And if I'm being active, generally, if you're being very active, you want to be eating at least like a couple points over your daily points per day. Otherwise, you'll sort of stagnate in your weight loss journey. And I know this, but I don't feel that I'm at a level of exercise that should be happening yet. So I don't know. It's all a bit of a mystery. Now, I'm filming this on Sunday, which is supposed to be my weigh-in day. I had picked Sundays because I thought it would be my most reliable day. And then, of course, this weekend, Sunday morning, I had a meeting for my Dragon Boat team, a pre-season meeting, and I was just sort of, I slept in, I didn't have a lot of time, and I didn't have time to fit in all the things I had to do before leaving for the meeting. If I added in also standing on 2 scales and hopefully figuring out what the numbers meant. So I decided that since it's a long weekend and I'm going to be sleeping in on Monday a little bit and just having some time to kind of chill, I can do my nice, like, relaxed weigh-in thing the way that I like to do it. I have like a little routine, like on weigh-in day, I like to sleep in a bit. I wake up and I have my own personal routine. I think a lot of us have our own little personal routine around weigh-in day. And part of it is that it's not a rushed thing. I'm not cramming it in between like other activities or having to get out the door or anything like that. So I decided for this weekend, since I have the Monday off because of the stat, I will weigh in on that day and we'll see. And I'll be weighing in on both of the scales and seeing what they do. But I have no idea what they'll be doing, if they'll be matching now or not. Like, I don't know why they would all of a sudden match when they didn't before, but I don't know. I also don't know why one went up and one went down. So we just sort of have to see what happens. If the scales don't match at all and I'm just left very confused and floundering, I probably won't do a weigh-in update because what's the point? I'm just going to be telling you my confusion and not an actual result of any type. If I do get a result that makes sense, and I mean, okay, I was going to say I don't care if it's up or down, but of course I care. Of course I want it to be down. But even if it's that they match and they're both up, as long as like they're matching or they've moved at least in the same direction, and I have an idea of if I've gone up or down, so then even if I can't say for certainty that I've gone up 0.7 because like say the one has me going up by 0.5 and the other by 0.8 or something, do you know what I mean? Like at least I can say I have gone up versus they've both gone down by different amounts, so I've gone down, even though I can't give you a number for that either. I'd like to be able to at least have some accuracy for up or down if I can't give you a specific number. So if I can give you like an up or down or even something more detailed, great. I will start back with my weekly weigh-in updates. If I can't, I think I'm just gonna have to pick one of the scales and assume that week to week that scale stays accurate within its own calibration system, and that I can just use that as something to go by. And if I'm going to do that, I'm going to go back to the old scale just because that's the one that I started with. And I am definitely going to sell the Fitbit one. And yeah, I was thinking about looking into smart scales that actually really do give you like your body fat, and they give you a whole bunch of information. I was looking at some of them. They give like sometimes maybe too much information. I'm not sure, but it's something I'm thinking about. But they're kind of outside of my budget right now, so I can't really be prioritizing that. But maybe we shall see. But yes, that's basically just me wanting to give you an update on what is happening with the weigh-ins and why there haven't been any for a couple weeks, and hopefully they will start again once I can figure out the craziness with the scales.